Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're glad to have you here at Surah Words, where each video brings you one step closer to understanding the Quran word by word. In today's episode, we'll be diving into the vocabulary of Surah Al-Maun, a short but deeply impactful chapter that highlights the essence of sincerity, compassion, and social responsibility in Islam. By the end, you'll be familiar with every word in the surah and better equipped to reflect on its powerful message. If you haven't already, be sure to check out our previous videos on Surah Al-Fatiha and the surahs at the end of the Quran from An-Nas to Al-Kawthar. Okay, let's begin with a quick overview. This short but powerful surah reminds us that true belief isn't just about words. It must be reflected in our actions, especially in how we treat others. It strongly criticizes those who ignore orphans, don't feed the poor, and only pray to be seen by others. It's a clear reminder that real worship includes kindness, sincerity, and care, even in small, everyday actions. Let's take a look at some quick facts. The name of the surah is Al-Maun, which means the small kindnesses. It's the 107th chapter of the Quran, which has a total of 7 short verses, and it was revealed in Mecca during the early days of Islam. The key themes in this surah include the importance of true faith paired with action, a warning against hypocrisy, neglecting prayer, showing off in acts of worship, and refusing to help others, even in small, simple ways. This surah challenges us to ask, are our actions matching our beliefs? Let's now begin exploring the words of this surah one by one. This surah begins with the word أرأيت. أرأيت. A at the start of this word is an interrogative particle. رأي is a verb, and ta at the end is a personal pronoun. Put together, this means have you seen? On the screen, you'll see 2 examples demonstrating the use of this in some sentences. I will read the first example for you. The first example says, أرأيت الرجل, which means, have you seen the man? The second example is there for you to have a read through yourself. Pause the video. Let us continue to the next word. الذي. الذي. This is a relative pronoun meaning the one who. The first example says, الذي نجح في الامتحان, which means the one who passed the exam. Let's look at this next word. يكذب. يكذب. This is a verb meaning denies. The first example says, يكذب بالحق, which means he denies the truth. The next word is بالدين. بالدين. The first example says, نؤمن بالدين, which means we believe in the religion. بالدين consists of the preposition bi, the determiner al, and the noun din. Here, the word din means the hereafter, the recompense, and the final reward. Let's continue. فذلك. فذلك. Fa is a coordinating conjunction. The is a demonstrative pronoun. And lika is an address distance. In this example, it means so that is. The first example says, فذلك هو الكذب, which means so that is the lie. Let's continue to the next word. يدع. يدع. This means pushes away, and it's a verb. The first example says, يدع بقوة, which means he pushes him forcefully. This means one who oppresses and does not give his just due. In the context of this surah, it refers to one who repulses the orphan. He doesn't feed them, nor is he kind to them. Al-yatim, al-yatim. This is the determiner al and the noun yatim, which means the orphan. The first example says, أحب اليتيم, which means I love the orphan. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, I and the person who looks after an orphan and provides for him will be in paradise like this. And he put his index and middle fingers together. Alhamdulillah, now that we've covered a few words, let's complete a quick exercise. Your task is to match the words on the left with their Arabic equivalents on the right. Pause the video now and see how many you can get. When you're ready, press play and I'll reveal the answers. Ready? Here are the answers. Denies is يكذب, so that is matches with فذلك. Pushes away is يدع. Have you seen is أرأيت. The orphan is اليتيم. The one who is الذي. And finally, the religion is بالدين. Well done if you got them all. Let's continue with the vocabulary breakdown. ولا, ولا. Wa is a coordinating conjunction and la is a negative particle. It means and not. The first example says ولا يصلي, which means and he does not pray. Let's look at the next word. يحض, يحض. This is a verb which means encourages or urges. The first example says يحض الناس على الخير, which means he urges people to do good. على, على. This is a preposition meaning on. The first example says على الصراط المستقيم, which means on the straight path. طعامي, طعامي. This is a noun meaning food. The first example says هذا طعام لذيذ, which means this is delicious food. المسكين, المسكين. This word has the determiner al and the noun miskin, which means the needy or the poor. The first example says أطعم المسكين, which means feed the poor person. The miskin are the poor who have nothing to sustain them nor suffice their needs. This addresses those who do not treat orphans with kindness and generosity. فويل, فويل. Fa is a resumption particle and wailun is a noun. In this context, it means woe. The first example says فويل للمكذبين, which means so woe to the deniers. للمصلين, للمصلين. Here we have the preposition li, the determiner and the noun, which mean to those who pray. The first example says فويل للمصلين الذين يراءون, which means woe to those who pray but show off. Now that we've covered a few more words, let's put that learning into practice with another match word exercise. As before, match the English to the Arabic. Pause the video and have a go. When you're ready, I'll reveal the answers. Ready? Here are the correct answers. To those who pray is للمصلين. Food is طعام. Encourages or urges is يحض. And not is ولا. Woe is فويل. On is على. And finally, the needy or the poor is المسكين, Well done if you got them all. Now let's continue with the last few words in the surah. Hum, hum. This is a personal pronoun meaning they. The first example says, Hum yuhibbun al-khayra, which means they love good. An. This is a preposition meaning concerning. The first example says, Anil ilm, which means concerning knowledge. Salatihim. This is a noun and personal pronoun, which means their prayer. The first example says, Salatihim dha'ifah, which means their prayer is weak. Sahuna. This is a noun meaning heedless. The first example says, Huwa sahin an salatih, which means he is heedless of his prayer. Ibn Abbas and others have said this means the hypocrites who pray in public but do not pray in private. They are those who pray and adhere to the prayer, yet they are mindless of it. It may also refer to not fulfilling the pillars of the salah and the conditions of the salah in the required manner. Yura'una. This is a verb and personal pronoun which means show off. The first example says, يُرَاءُونَ النَّاسَ فِي الْعِبَادَةِ, which means they show off in worship. This refers to those who do good deeds only to be seen. Whoever tries to make others hear of a good deed they did, then Allah, the one who hears His creation, will hear it and make him despised and degraded because of it. But someone who does a deed solely for the sake of Allah, but people then come to know of it, and then they are pleased about it, this is not considered showing off. وَيَمْنَعُونَ. This is a coordinating conjunction, verb and personal pronoun, which together means, and they prevent. The first example says, وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَاءَ عَنِ النَّاسِ, which means, and they prevent water from the people. Al-Ma'un. This is the determiner and the noun, which means small kindness. The first example says, يُحِبُّونَ إِعَانَةَ الْمَاعُونَ, which means they love helping with small acts of kindness. This means that they do not worship their Lord well, nor do they treat His creation well. They do not even lend that which others may benefit from and may be helped by, even though the object will remain intact and be returned to them. These people are even stingier when it comes to giving zakah and different types of charity that bring one closer to Allah. This is the end of the breakdown of Surah Al-Maun, and all praise and thanks are due to Allah. Here is a final quiz to wrap up. As before, pause the video and match the words on the left with the words on the right. And when you're ready, I'll have the answers. Ready? Here are the answers. Show off is yura'un. Their prayer is salatihim. And they prevent is wayamna'una. Small kindness is al-ma'un. Heedless is sahun. Concerning is an. And finally, they is hum. Well done, you've made it to the end of the video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your reflections, questions or anything you learned from Surah Al-Maun. Before we wrap up, here's a powerful final thought to reflect on. Surah Al-Maun reminds us that faith isn't real if it doesn't lead to kindness. It's not enough to pray or speak about belief. Our actions must show compassion, especially to those in need. Even the smallest kindness matters in the eyes of Allah. This surah calls out hypocrisy and challenges us to be sincere. not just in worship, but in how we treat people every day. So next time you pass an opportunity to help someone, whether it's offering a smile, a hand, or a kind word, remember these small kindnesses are part of true faith. To help you stay connected with this message, check out the Surah Words app. It's designed to help you review each surah step by step and truly absorb its message. We'll see you in the next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.